Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Lisa Jans and I'm also known as Job Coach Germany. I hope you all are enjoying this beautiful, gorgeous weather. We have roughly about 24 degrees and it feels like in the evenings that you can sit outside, have a chill on the terrace, or just simply chill outside in your summer gown and relax like you are on holiday. I hope you beautiful miracles all around the globe are having also a wonderful time. My day just got better and better. And today I would like to talk to you about a topic that, is kind of like behind the scenes again, but it also has something to do with my coaching. And it gives you an idea of how my coaching business is basically set up. I'm talking today about my very first coachee. And in order to tackle this topic, in order to start with that topic, I have to rewind the story a little bit. As I have previously explained to you in one of my videos, how I became a digital nomad. That's basically how my journey began, also as being Job Coach Germany. And that was in 2017. So when I came up with the idea of setting up my own business, of creating Job Coach Germany, I read a lot of books, I read a lot of blogs, and I got a lot of sheets of paper to write down what my strengths are, what my weaknesses are. And Vinit is here. Hi, Vinit. I read a book, for example, The Idea in You or The Small Business, and basically to find out what my topic is. And yeah, obviously from writing down all of my strengths and weaknesses, I clearly found out, okay, I'm very good at coaching people with regards to their job applications. And that's a question that I asked myself. What do people ask me help for? Yeah. So when do they approach me? What kind of topics do they ask for my advice, basically? And I, at that time, so in 2016, 17, when I was finding that idea of becoming Job Coach Germany, I thought about the different scenarios that I had with my friends and friends of friends and family of friends who asked me about, Lisa, you know the job market in Germany very well, you know the HR recruiting side, can you help me out? Because I had previously worked in HR and I had previously worked in recruiting. And people like friends of mine and classmates from the university, for example, they all saw how I applied for jobs when I was still at uni. And they realized, okay, I got what we would call the big fish. I got really good jobs. I was invited to really well-known companies, and everybody was very happy with me. I shared my joy that I was invited to job interviews like that. But they also at some point finished their studies and wanted to know, okay, how do I get there? How can I make that possible like you did? And that's when I realized, oh, okay, I actually know something very well where people ask for my advice. And so it started out with friends and classmates from university. And then, as I said, also some family members of friends approached me. And then basically the circle got sometimes a little bit bigger, and because I wasn't advertising that at the time, because that was still in 2014, 2015 when I was doing that. But when I created Job Coach Germany in 2017, I realized, okay, that's what people come to me for, to ask for my advice. And Mariana is here again. Hi, Mariana. And so I realized, okay, that's the sort of job that I want to do. That's something that I'm very interested in. That's something that never gets boring for me. It's basically a topic that I always research for myself. And I was still in the process when I was in the corporate world and still working there. I basically was constantly confronted with that topic, but not in a negative way, in a way that I really liked. And I was passionate, and I still am very passionate about that topic of finding a job in Germany and how to approach the HR department, how to prepare job applications in a way that you get invited to job interviews, and then also how to succeed in the job interview itself. With enough confidence, with enough preparation in order to actually land that job of yours, actually receive a job offer. Whether you take that job or not is up to you, basically. But you go through the job application process, and throughout that journey, you are most definitely applying for several different roles with different companies, and then you can pick. But you first need to get to that point that you actually get invited to job interviews, and then be prepared for that and go into the job interview confidently and then smash it, basically. So that's basically how I found the idea of coming up with JobCoachGermany, creating JobCoachGermany. But then in 2017, in August it was. So this year in August, in 2 months, I will have my 5th anniversary with JobCoachGermany. We can celebrate that. And in August, in August 2017, I found my business, but that was obviously not the time when I had my first client, my first coaching client. I knew, okay, I have to have several income streams in order to pay my bills and so on. And that's why I started out also as a virtual assistant. So I first got virtual assistant jobs. I also was creating my website on the behind the scenes, and from there I also got a job as a German as a second language teacher with a private online language school in Berlin. So it was online. I was able to teach German online, and I was focusing on that, but that was just a part-time gig, you could say. But that was really fun, and I enjoyed that very much. I enjoyed that so much that I did that actually until the beginning of last year. But in 2017, that was my main source of income, so that I knew, okay, I can pay all of my bills. I also had some other virtual assistant jobs, but it took me until 2018, the beginning of 2018. I think it was sometime in spring, February, March, or something like that, when my very first coachee actually bought my JobCoachGermany coaching, like career coaching services. And how I found or attracted that coachee was actually kind of easy. And I didn't expect it to be that easy, but it was like a natural flow. So what happened was, as I was teaching this German as a foreign language classes, the students sometimes were so happy and overwhelmed, but in a positive way. They really liked learning German with me. I always had a very practical approach, because my background is not just in teaching and education, but also in economics, and that's obviously something that you need if you want to learn German for your job life. And that was very helpful. But then some of the students also started looking for their teachers online on other platforms, and that's how they came across my profile. So one of my German students approached me and sent me an email on my official account, through my website, basically, and said, Lisa, I'm so and so, and I know, and you're my German teacher. I knew exactly who she was because we had so many German classes together. And I've seen that you are offering job coaching services. Can you help me out? Because I'm not very satisfied with the situation that I'm in, and I need some help. And can you help? I don't really know how to apply for other jobs. It's really a difficult process for me, and so on. So obviously, I was really thrilled. I was so happy. And we arranged like an onboarding call to find out what the actual need was. She described the situation to me, what she was in, and she was really professional, knew several languages, was highly so she had a lot of competency in her field, but she wasn't treated in that way in her team. So she had a very difficult time working in a team and being recognized as an expert. And she was an expert. She still is an expert. But in that particular team, what we found out through the coaching was that she was not satisfied. And that's basically how we started the coaching process, finding out, okay, what is it? What are the circumstances that are frustrating, that are not very helpful? And at the same time, we arranged to prepare the CV. So I showed her what is important when it comes to writing a CV. I also showed her what is important when it comes to writing a cover letter. She went to the photographer, got new pictures taken for her CV. She felt really, really confident then as well. And then she was also looking for jobs. And then we found out that's not actually the key here in this coaching process. So what she was looking for was jobs that were exactly like a copy of of that job that she was already in. And then I said, maybe that industry that you're in is not the right one for you. It sounds very toxic. It sounds like you are being bullied. And if you're staying in a situation like that, you will have a mental breakdown sooner or later. It will be very hard for you to go through that process of staying there and forcing yourself to go to work and be ridiculed every day. So it is up to you to find out what it is that actually makes you happy and whether staying in that industry is the right choice for you. And that was a lot of thought, a lot of work that she had to do. And obviously that is always, this always comes with limiting beliefs that pop up. And this can be it is a very sensitive topic. So we took time. I also gave her some time to think and process, and she was able to approach me whenever she had questions. And then she found out that staying in that industry is not the right choice for her. And she was then basically taking a step back and thinking, okay, I need to figure out what I want to be doing, because I never thought about leaving that field, leaving that industry, leaving teams like that were led and managed in the same or similar way. And later on, so that was basically the end of our coaching time together. So we found out, okay, that industry is not the right thing. She prepared her job application documents, and nowadays she is self-employed, if I remember correctly. Sometimes some things happen very quickly, sometimes, so you never know. But from what I know, that is that my coachee is now self-employed. She decided to not go and stay in that industry anymore, in that toxic environment with teams like that were very similar to the previous situation that she was in. And that was a very magical outcome for both for both sides, because we started the process figuring out, okay, what kind of jobs do you want to apply for? Also preparing and advancing and improving the CV, writing cover letters, and learning about what is important and what not, building up the confidence of my coachee as well. So that was very, very helpful. But the key realization in that coaching process was that she cannot stay in a team like that, and that she cannot stay and search and attract a similar situation, attract another team that just works like that has the same management style, where she's just working as a secretary rather than an executive, that she was trained to do. Yeah, she had lots and lots of experience. She also had a great academic background and several languages. That's highly professional, but the colleagues didn't treat her that way. And unfortunately, I have to admit, it was the case that in her previous team, she was the only female, and the others were treating her like the secretary. So it's also possible that that's also an option that we discussed in the coaching, like talking to the works council, talking to like finding a different path within that company or not. But you need to be very careful, because if people are in power in one of the companies in the teams where you are, and there is simply no chance of that person that is like doing all of these toxic things, if there is no chance of that person being removed from the entire team, it's really hard to get out of that situation, and it's best to decide to leave and find a different solution. And that's what she did. So I'm very proud of her. We were both very happy, and I'm so thankful for her, and that she was my first paying customer with regards to my career coaching services. And she gave me a huge advice and said, Lisa, you're helping me being more confident, feeling more like myself, and finding out what it is that I really want. So she figured it out herself, but I was asking the right questions, you could say it in that way. And that's how I coach. That's what coaches do, right? I ask the questions and you find out the answer for yourself. And she said, your positive energy is really infectious and helps me move forward in this coaching process. And Lisa, you need to do YouTube videos. You need to record YouTube videos in order to share your knowledge with the world. You have so much expertise. You know so much about the labor market in Germany. You know so much about the application process in Germany. Please share that with the world. So that's basically what she told me in 2018. And it took me a couple of years to start to actually start the recording. But here I am telling you, if you watch my recording, dear lovely coachee, thank you very much for that advice. And I'm taking you up on that offer of doing recording YouTube videos and simply sharing my knowledge with the world. And I hope that all of you who are watching now are also benefiting from that. Benefiting from all the different YouTube videos and just videos on all of my social media channels, so that you get one step closer to your goal, one step further towards your dream job. Whether that is in Germany or not, that's basically up to you. And if you need help with that, feel free to arrange a discovery call with me. You will always find the description and the link below the video or in the comments. And I'm here for you. I can help you with finding and landing your dream job, especially if you are not happy with your current situation, if you are not happy with your current job. Let's find out together what you can do in order to feel more fulfilled. And that is basically the story of my first coachee. And we are still in contact. We still are in touch every now and then, so that I can see what she's doing. And I do that with all of my coachees. And there was one really nice event, I would say, when we both met in I think it was in Rotterdam. So we met in the Netherlands, and that happens sometimes, that my coachees are sometimes outside, but with that particular coachee, she was already in Germany. And then I met her in the Netherlands when I was on travel there. It was just so convenient. We were both in the city at that time, and it was really cool to meet her in person. And that happens sometimes. The people are outside of Germany, and then they come to Germany or are somewhere where I travel to, and then we meet for coffee, have a little chat, and get to know each other in person. And that is really, really cool. I will never forget that. So to my coachee, my very first coachee, thank you so much for your trust, for your commitment, and diving into that topic of career coaching. I hope you're still very fulfilled in your self-employment. And let me tell you again, you are a star and you can achieve everything. Nothing is impossible. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, like for me, starting the recordings of the YouTube videos a couple years later, not in 2018, but in 2020. So, and I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of me doing that. And I hope this benefits all of you. So share it with your colleagues, your friends, your family, whoever can benefit from that. Please share it, share the word with the world. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the warmth. Bye bye.